The moment fans had been waiting for finally arrived, and it exploded into chaos faster than anyone could have imagined. Kirk and Kendra, the couple who seemed untouchable on social media, were caught in the middle of the hottest new trend sweeping the internet, the so-called marriage test. What started as a playful challenge designed to test a couple's trust and compatibility quickly spiraled into one of the most talked-about controversies in reality TV history. Cameras flashed, notifications blew up, and fans were left reeling as whispers of betrayal and secrecy began to surface. The drama began late Tuesday night when an insider leaked a series of videos showing Kirk and Kendra participating in the challenge. But what caught everyone's attention wasn't the test itself, it was the tension. Kendra's laughter felt forced, Kirk's smirk didn't quite reach his eyes, and the comments from both seemed to hint at something deeper, something no one expected. As the clip circulated, Rasheeda, long known for her fiery temper and protective instincts, saw it and erupted. Her reaction, absolutely explosive. Tears, shouts, and a social media storm that erupted within minutes. Fans couldn't stop talking. Did they just betray the family trust? And Rasheeda is going to lose it. We're trending worldwide. Sources close to the family claim that what started as a harmless game quickly unearthed old grievances, long-simmering resentments, and questions about loyalty. People who have watched these to navigate the ups and downs of their relationship for years were stunned. How could something so simple ignite such a volatile chain reaction? The family was left divided. Friends weighed in, fans took sides, and the internet became a battlefield. Emotions ran high, alliances shifted, and no one could predict the next blow. Rumors of secret conversations, hidden confrontations, and unspoken betrayals began to swirl, each more shocking than the last. As the night unfolded, every reaction, every screenshot, every emoji shared online became a clue in a puzzle no one was ready to solve. Kirk's cryptic posts only added fuel to the fire, while Kendra's cautious silence left fans questioning her role in all of this. Meanwhile, Rasheeda's dramatic confrontations, captured in snippets across multiple platforms, hinted at a showdown that could shake the foundations of the family forever. The tension is palpable, the questions are endless, and the answers, well, they might just be more shocking than anyone could imagine. Fans everywhere are on edge, glued to every post, every story, every comment. What really happened during the marriage test? Was it innocent fun, or a spark that lit a powder keg of hidden secrets and unresolved conflicts? One thing is clear, nothing in this family or this drama is ever as simple as it seems. And when Rasheeda steps into the storm, there's no telling how high the emotions will rise, how loud the accusations will echo, or how deeply the family bonds will be tested. The night started like any other, but no one could have predicted the explosion of chaos that was about to hit Kirk and Kendra's world. It all began when a clip surfaced online, showing the couple participating in the viral marriage test trend. At first glance, it seemed harmless, a playful, lighthearted challenge meant to entertain fans. But the camera caught more than just laughter and games. There were glances that lingered too long, smiles that didn't reach their eyes, and a tension in the room that screamed of secrets ready to unravel. The internet went wild instantly, with fans dissecting every movement, every word, every reaction. What's going on with them? One comment read, and it quickly became the question on everyone's mind. Rasheeda was the first to react. As soon as the clip hit her feed, she froze, staring at her screen as a rush of emotions overtook her. Shock turned into disbelief, disbelief into anger. And soon she was on the phone, her voice trembling as she demanded answers. How could they do this without telling me? She shouted, pacing back and forth. The family group chat erupted immediately, with messages flying back and forth, some supportive, some accusatory. The air was thick with tension, and it seemed like everyone in the circle was bracing for an inevitable confrontation. Fans were shocked by the speed at which the drama escalated, and within hours, hashtags related to the situation were trending globally. Inside sources revealed that the marriage test wasn't as simple as it seemed. While Kirk appeared relaxed on camera, whispering jokes and nudging Kendra playfully, there was an undercurrent of something darker. Kendra's smiles were tight, almost forced, and she avoided eye contact at moments that should have been intimate. Whispers of previous arguments, unresolved disputes, and unspoken grievances began circulating online, painting a picture that went far beyond a simple internet trend. This is more than just a game, one insider said. It's a reflection of everything they've been avoiding for months. And the fans ate it up, replaying clips, pausing frames, and analyzing every detail for hints of betrayal or hidden tension. The confrontation was inevitable. Later that evening, Rasheeda arrived at Kirk and Kendra's home unannounced. The moment she stepped through the door, emotions ran high. "Do you realize what you've done?" she demanded, her voice shaking but firm. Kirk, caught off guard, tried to laugh it off, saying, "It's just a test. Rasheeda, calm down." But Rasheeda wasn't having it. "Just a test," she repeated, eyes narrowing. "This isn't just about a trend. It's about trust, honesty, and respect." And clearly, someone forgot those rules. Kendra, standing slightly behind Kirk, bit her lip, her hands fidgeting nervously. It was clear that the tension was mutual. That the game had dug up long-buried feelings and resentments that neither of them were ready to confront. As the argument escalated, family members began chiming in. Phone calls, texts, and even direct messages flooded in from siblings, cousins, and close friends. Each person had a perspective, each person had an opinion, and each person seemed ready to fan the flames. "You guys are making a fool of yourselves," one cousin wrote. "This isn't just fun and games. There are real feelings at stake." The commentary only intensified the pressure, and the room felt like it was shrinking. The walls closing in on Kirk and Kendra as Rasheeda's anger radiated outward. Every attempt Kirk made to explain was met with a sharper retort from Rasheeda, and Kendra's silence spoke volumes. The family was divided, and the internet watched every moment, hungry for every snippet of drama. Fans' reactions were just as intense. Social media was ablaze, with opinions flying in from every direction. Some supported Kirk, praising him for playing along and trying to keep the mood light. Others sided with Kendra, claiming she was trying to navigate a difficult situation with grace. But the majority were glued to Rasheeda's reaction, the fiery energy that seemed to consume her every word. Memes, videos, and commentary flooded every platform, each one more dramatic than the last. Fans were shocked by the raw emotion, by the unfiltered chaos that had spilled from a simple viral trend into something resembling a full-blown family crisis. The situation took another twist when an old text message surfaced online, allegedly from Kirk to a friend, discussing a secret plan that made it seem as though the marriage test was being used to hide something else entirely. The internet exploded again. Debates breaking out about whether Kirk was being manipulative or if fans were reading too much into innocent fun. The timing couldn't have been worse. Kendra, already on edge from the family confrontation, felt the weight of public scrutiny pressing down. She tried to explain herself in a short video, her voice trembling, but the clips only fueled speculation. Fans were dissecting her every word, looking for hidden meaning, double entendres, anything that could hint at betrayal or dishonesty. Meanwhile, Rasheeda refused to back down. She posted a series of live videos, her face flushed with anger, her words sharp and unapologetic. "This is about respect," she shouted, pacing in front of the camera. "You can't just pretend everything is fine while hiding the truth. We see you, we know what's happening, and we're not going to stay quiet." The internet went wild, the comments pouring in from fans who either cheered her on or criticized her intensity. Every new post, every fresh clip, every online interaction seemed to push the drama even further, the stakes climbing higher with each passing moment. Inside the house, the tension was palpable. Kirk tried to laugh, to lighten the mood, but his attempts fell flat. Kendra, meanwhile, seemed caught between fear and frustration, unsure of how to navigate the storm that had erupted around her. Old resentments bubbled to the surface. Memories of arguments past clashed with the present confrontation, and every word spoken seemed to carry weight far beyond the current moment. The energy in the room was electric, raw, and undeniably charged with emotion. Fans around the world were watching, their own anticipation mirrored in the intensity of the argument unfolding in front of them. Just when it seemed like things couldn't get any more chaotic, a new video? Just when it seemed like things couldn't get any more chaotic. A new video leaked this time showing Kirk and Kendra in a private moment during the challenge. The footage, grainy and intimate, hinted at secrets, whispered conversations, and moments of tension that no one had seen before. The internet went into overdrive. Fans analyzed every glance, every nod, every subtle movement, speculating endlessly about the implications. Rasheeda saw the clip, her anger reaching a new peak. "This is exactly what I feared," she screamed in another live video. "You can't hide behind trends and smiles when the truth is staring us in the face." Her reaction only added fuel to the fire, sparking even more debate and discussion across every platform. The drama wasn't contained to just social media. Friends, acquaintances, and even casual viewers who had stumbled upon the story felt compelled to weigh in. Opinion articles, blogs, and podcasts dissected the situation in painstaking detail. Theories abounded. Was this a premeditated stunt, a hidden betrayal, or simply a misunderstanding blown out of proportion. The tension was addictive, the curiosity insatiable, and the drama far from over. As night turned into morning, the emotional storm showed no signs of slowing. Kirk and Kendra were exhausted, emotionally drained, and surrounded by chaos both online and offline. Rasheeda, however, remained relentless, her energy unyielding, her voice carrying across every corner of social media. Fans waited with bated breath, wondering what would happen next, how the couple would respond, and whether the family could survive the growing rift. The marriage test had transformed into a battleground of trust, secrecy, and raw emotion, and no one was safe from the fallout. The questions hung heavy in the air. Could Kirk and Kendra navigate the storm? Or would Rasheeda's fury uncover truths too explosive to handle? The answers were out there, somewhere, and fans were desperate to find them. The morning after the stormy confrontation, Kirk and Kendra woke to a barrage of notifications, each one a reminder that their private lives had become public spectacle. Every message, every comment, every tag felt like a spotlight burning into them. Kendra's phone buzzed relentlessly, showing screenshots, reactions, and opinions from fans and friends alike. She scrolled, her stomach knotting with anxiety, as she read accusations of betrayal, manipulation, and dishonesty. Kirk sat beside her, rubbing his eyes, a forced smile on his lips that didn't hide the tension simmering underneath. He whispered, "It's just the internet. People love drama." But Kendra knew better. This was bigger than a viral trend. This was personal. Inside sources revealed that the marriage test had stirred memories of arguments long buried, resentments tucked away during quieter times, and frustrations that had grown unnoticed over months. Fans online speculated endlessly about secret conversations, whispered deals, and what the couple might have hidden from each other, and from Rasheeda. The narrative was spiraling out of control. Every new clip, every passing hour seemed to add another layer of intrigue. Some fans believed Kirk was intentionally playing a game, testing boundaries, and watching reactions. Others were convinced Kendra had been plotting her own responses, carefully calculating every smile, every hesitation caught on camera. The family dynamic became increasingly tense. Rasheeda refused to stay silent, continuing to post live updates, fiery statements, and direct challenges aimed at both Kirk and Kendra. Her followers were captivated by the intensity of her outrage. She claimed that the marriage test was more than a game, it was a reflection of deep-seated issues, hidden truths, and fractured trust. She accused Kirk of hiding conversations, Kendra of being evasive, and both of them of disrespecting family bonds. "You can't just pretend everything is fine," Rasheeda shouted in one live clip. "The truth always comes out, and tonight, it's all coming to light." Fans commented furiously, some supporting her, some questioning her methods, but all were glued to the unfolding drama. Kirk and Kendra tried to regain control, reaching out to close friends and confidants for advice. Each conversation added more complexity. Whispers of past disagreements resurfaced. Misunderstandings were clarified, or muddied even further, and the couple realized that the internet's eye was relentless. Nothing would remain hidden. Every smile, every glance, every gesture was dissected, analyzed, and debated. The tension was no longer just inside the house. It had permeated the digital space, turning the private into a spectacle for millions of eyes. A particularly shocking twist occurred when a fan page leaked an old text exchange between Kirk and a friend, suggesting that the marriage test might have been orchestrated to stir public interest. Speculation skyrocketed. Was this a clever ploy, or an innocent participation gone wrong? The timing was perfect, the internet perfecting its appetite for drama. Rasheeda's reaction to the leak was explosive. She shared the messages on her own feed, her voice shaking with anger. "Do you see what they're doing?" she demanded, pacing. "They're playing games while pretending it's harmless fun. This is about trust, integrity, and respect, and clearly, someone forgot all three." Fans erupted in discussion, taking sides, analyzing tone, intent, and timing. Kendra, feeling the weight of public scrutiny, decided to go live herself. She spoke softly but firmly, her words measured, yet edged with tension. "I never meant for this to hurt anyone," she said, glancing at Kirk. "It was just a challenge, a fun thing. But obviously, it went too far. Emotions got involved. I didn't anticipate the reaction." The fans' responses were instant. Some praised her honesty, others accused her of deflection, but all were captivated. The digital battlefield intensified, and the family's private tension now had a public audience, amplifying every heartbeat, every sigh, every glance exchanged between Kirk and Kendra. As the day progressed, Rasheeda decided to confront Kirk directly. She arrived at his residence, unannounced, her expression a mixture of fury and determination. The moment Kirk opened the door, the energy in the room changed. "We need to talk," Rasheeda said, her voice unwavering. Kirk attempted a casual greeting, but the tension was palpable. Kendra stood behind him, biting her lip, hands trembling slightly. The conversation quickly escalated, moving from accusations to revelations. Rasheeda accused Kirk of dishonesty, secrecy, and manipulation. Kirk defended himself, claiming that everything was innocent, that the trend was just that, a trend. The argument became heated, voices overlapping, emotions spiraling. Unexpectedly, an old video resurfaced from a few months prior, showing a private argument between Kirk and Kendra that fans had never seen. The clip suggested unresolved issues, frustrations about communication, and moments of tension that had never been addressed. Once more, the internet exploded, dissecting every word, every gesture, every expression. Fans debated endlessly, creating theories, making assumptions, and fueling a fire that seemed impossible to contain. Rasheeda's response was instantaneous. She posted the clip, live, adding her commentary, every word dripping with emotion and accusation. The reactions were immediate. Millions watched, millions commented, and the drama became a full-blown spectacle. Inside the home, the atmosphere was suffocating. Kirk and Kendra tried to navigate the storm, but every move was scrutinized, every word dissected. Past disagreements resurfaced, new tensions formed, and the emotional toll grew heavier with each passing hour. They attempted calm conversations, gentle reassurances, but Rasheeda's presence, the public scrutiny, and the resurfaced material made it nearly impossible. Fans watched every interaction, reading between lines, analyzing tone, body language, and timing. The tension reached a boiling point. Another twist emerged when a mutual friend shared alleged behind-the-scenes footage of Kirk preparing for the marriage test. In the clip, he appeared contemplative, speaking quietly to the camera about strategy and expectation. Fans immediately speculated that the participation was premeditated, part of a larger plan, rather than a spontaneous act. The internet reacted, debates intensified, and Rasheeda's fury reached new heights. She live-streamed again, pacing, gesturing, her voice echoing with anger and disbelief. "Do you see this?" she demanded. "This isn't fun. This isn't a game. This is manipulation. And I refuse to stand by silently." As night fell, the family's home became a pressure cooker. Kirk and Kendra, exhausted, attempted a private discussion. Whispers, apologies, explanations all collided with their emotions and the ever-present scrutiny. Rasheeda remained vigilant, determined to uncover the truth, unwilling to let the tension dissipate without resolution. Fans remained captivated, glued to every post, every clip, every statement. The marriage test had transformed from a playful challenge into a labyrinth of emotion, suspicion, and tension that seemed endless. The digital world continued to buzz. Fans uploaded theories, memes, and fan edits, amplifying the drama. Every glance, every gesture, every sigh between Kirk and Kendra was captured and analyzed. The narrative shifted rapidly, with some claiming betrayal, others calling for understanding, and yet others taking sides, with Rasheeda's relentless pursuit of accountability. The couple's attempts to maintain privacy were futile. The internet had claimed the story as its own. As the night deepened, the emotional energy did not wane. Kirk and Kendra retreated into private conversations, trying to navigate their emotions and the chaos surrounding them. Rasheeda, however, refused to rest, continuing to post, comment, and challenge, her presence a constant reminder that nothing remained hidden. The fans, fully engrossed, awaited every update, speculation running rampant. The marriage test had become a storm, and no one knew who or when it would end. Kendra and Kirk woke to a tense morning, the echoes of the previous night still hanging in the air like smoke from a wildfire. The house was quiet, but the silence was suffocating, broken only by the occasional ping of notifications on their phones. Kendra scrolled through endless messages, screenshots, and social media posts dissecting every moment of the marriage test. Her hands shook slightly as she read, trying to make sense of the waves of opinion, the accusations, the speculation. Kirk sat beside her, staring blankly, trying to muster a calm that wasn't there. He finally muttered, "We can't control this. The internet owns it now." But Kendra knew it wasn't just online. It had crept into their family, their friends, and their private lives, threatening to consume everything. Inside sources revealed that the argument Rasheeda had ignited wasn't just about the test itself. It had unearthed months of unresolved tension, unspoken resentment, and doubts long buried. Fans speculated endlessly online, analyzing body language, facial expressions, and timing in the leaked clips. Some claimed Kirk had planned the participation to gauge reactions. Others insisted Kendra had ulterior motives, and many simply watched in shock as the family drama unfolded live in real time. The pressure on the couple was immense, and every attempt to clarify, explain, or justify seemed to backfire, fueling further speculation and debate. The confrontation resumed mid-afternoon when Rasheeda, fueled by frustration and determination, demanded a private meeting with Kirk. Kendra reluctantly agreed to sit in, aware that her silence or participation could influence the situation in ways she wasn't ready for. As soon as Rasheeda arrived, the room crackled with tension. Her eyes narrowed, her posture rigid, radiating anger and authority. Kirk tried a casual greeting, but the weight in Rasheeda's gaze immediately silenced him. The argument began with accusations, each word laced with emotion and years of unresolved conflict. "You can't keep hiding behind smiles and jokes," Rasheeda said sharply. "This trend exposed what's really going on, and I'm not going to let it slide." Kendra remained on the sidelines, her nervous energy palpable. She bit her lip, fidgeted with her hands, and occasionally tried to interject. But the storm between Kirk and Rasheeda was relentless. Kirk defended himself, insisting that the test was innocent, that there was no hidden agenda, no secret ploys. But Rasheeda's patience had worn thin. She waved her hands dramatically, her voice rising. "Innocent? You call this innocent? You've been hiding, manipulating, and pretending everything's fine while the rest of us watch this chaos unfold." Fans who witnessed the confrontation online were in awe, analyzing every glance, every pause, every subtle reaction. The tension escalated further when an unexpected video clip surfaced, showing Kirk and Kendra laughing privately during the challenge. The footage, intended to be lighthearted, only intensified speculation. Fans dissected every detail, searching for hidden meaning, for proof of secrets or deception. Rasheeda's reaction was instantaneous. She live-streamed her outrage, pacing back and forth, her voice a mixture of anger, disbelief, and hurt. "This isn't just a game," she exclaimed. "It's trust, respect, and honesty." And clearly, someone forgot what that means. Comments poured in by the thousands, fans taking sides, speculating endlessly, and amplifying the drama with every passing moment. Inside the home, the atmosphere was suffocating. Past grievances bubbled to the surface, resurfacing arguments from weeks and months ago. Every word spoken carried double weight, every gesture was scrutinized. Kendra tried to mediate, her voice calm but edged with frustration, attempting to bridge the growing gap. Kirk, though exhausted, continued to justify, to explain, to defend. Rasheeda, relentless and unyielding, refused to back down, her focus unwavering. Fans followed every moment closely, captivated by the raw, unfiltered emotion that spilled over into every interaction. The tension was no longer just between the three of them, it became a spectacle, broadcast to a hungry, engaged audience. As the afternoon turned into evening, new revelations surfaced. A friend of the couple leaked alleged behind-the-scenes footage showing Kirk preparing for the marriage test. In the clip, he spoke quietly about strategy, expectations, and reactions. The internet immediately interpreted this as evidence of premeditation, a calculated move rather than an innocent challenge. The speculation was relentless. Fans debated endlessly, analyzing tone, body language, and context. Rasheeda, watching the clip, reacted with renewed intensity, sharing it on her platforms and commenting, "Do you see this? This isn't harmless. It's manipulation. Plain and simple." The digital storm surrounding the family was now at its peak. Kendra attempted to regain some control by posting her own message, explaining that the test was intended as a playful activity, nothing more. She spoke softly but firmly, acknowledging that emotions had run high and that the reaction had exceeded her expectations. Fans responded with a mixture of support and criticism, dissecting her words, tone, and timing. Every statement she made only added layers to the narrative, creating a complex web of interpretation and speculation that seemed impossible to untangle. Kirk's attempts to calm the situation were equally scrutinized. Every smile, every gesture, every defensive comment, broadcast and analyzed in detail. The night brought yet another twist. An old text message between Kirk and a friend leaked online, suggesting that the marriage test might have been orchestrated as a form of strategy or amusement. Speculation reached a fever pitch, dividing fans and family alike. Rasheeda reacted immediately, live-streaming her outrage, pacing and gesturing wildly. "Do you understand what's happening?" she shouted. "This isn't fun. It's deception, dishonesty, and it's happening right under our noses." Her energy was palpable, her fury contagious, and fans across platforms were riveted, engaging in endless debate, speculation, and theorizing. As the night deepened, Kirk and Kendra tried private discussions, attempting to reconcile emotions and clarify intentions. Whispers of apologies, explanations, and reassurances collided with rising tension and scrutiny. Rasheeda remained an unyielding presence, a constant reminder of accountability and truth. Fans remained glued to every update, analyzing reactions, reading into tone, and watching for every subtle sign of resolution or escalation. The marriage test had grown from a lighthearted viral trend into an emotional battlefield, a public spectacle that seemed endless, with the family caught in the center and the world watching relentlessly. Unexpectedly, another video surfaced, this one showing Kendra and Kirk interacting during a rehearsal of sorts for the test. The footage, intimate and revealing, suggested conversations and decisions not previously known to the public. Fans pounced on every detail, analyzing movements, words, and expressions. Rasheeda's fury reignited, her posts and livestreams emphasizing betrayal, secrecy, and broken trust. The narrative had become layered, complex, and emotionally charged. Each new revelation, each new clip, only served to fuel speculation, debate, and tension. Inside the house, exhaustion set in. Kirk and Kendra, emotionally drained, retreated to private conversations, attempting to reconcile and navigate the storm surrounding them. Rasheeda remained vigilant, her focus unwavering, determined to uncover the truth. Fans continued to watch every interaction, every glance, every sigh, each one building suspense and anticipation. The marriage test had evolved into a labyrinth of emotion, strategy, and perception, a story with no clear resolution, yet impossible to turn away from. The question on everyone's mind was simple yet complex. Could Kirk and Kendra survive this storm? Or would Rasheeda's relentless pursuit of accountability tear everything apart? The following morning brought no relief. The storm of social media commentary had only intensified overnight, with every clip, every screenshot, every leak dissected endlessly. Kirk and Kendra awoke to a barrage of messages from friends, family, and fans alike. Their phones buzzed relentlessly, the weight of scrutiny pressing down on them from every angle. Kendra scrolled through notifications, eyes widening with each new comment, each fresh theory. Kirk, exhausted and tense, tried to offer reassurance. "It's just the internet," he muttered, though the tightness in his jaw betrayed his anxiety. Kendra shook her head. "It's more than that. It's everyone. It's our family. It's everywhere." The tension was suffocating, inescapable, and impossible to ignore. As the day unfolded, Rasheeda's presence loomed larger than ever. She refused to step back, refusing to let the matter cool. Livestream after livestream, she paced, gestured, and shouted her accusations, leaving no room for ambiguity. "This isn't about fun or trends," she declared, her voice echoing with fury. "This is about honesty, about respect, and about accountability. And clearly, someone is failing in every aspect." Fans were transfixed, responding in droves, some supporting her relentless pursuit of truth, others criticizing the intensity of her approach, yet all captivated by the raw, unfiltered emotion that had engulfed the situation. The couple tried to regain a sense of normalcy, but every attempt seemed to fail. Even mundane activities were scrutinized online. A simple coffee run became fodder for debate. Were they together? Apart? Hiding something? Was their body language telling a story of secrecy? Fans rewatched every movement, paused every gesture, and speculated endlessly. Inside the home, the tension between Kirk and Kendra grew. Whispers of past arguments, unresolved grievances, and old insecurities surfaced, amplified by the ongoing public scrutiny. Every interaction was weighted with unspoken meaning, every word analyzed for hidden intention. Unexpectedly, a new leak surfaced, this time allegedly from a close family friend. The footage showed Kirk in a private discussion with a confidant, speaking quietly about the marriage test and the potential reactions it might provoke. Fans immediately interpreted this as evidence of premeditation, suggesting that Kirk had engineered part of the chaos. The internet exploded, debates spiraled, and Rasheeda's response was swift and fiery. Live streaming once again, she held the phone up, replaying the clip, her voice rising. "Do you see this? This isn't harmless fun. This is deception, plain and simple. And I will not stand by silently." The reaction was immediate, the comments pouring in, the digital storm raging unabated. Kendra attempted to address the situation with her own post, her tone careful, measured, yet strained with emotion. She explained that the challenge had been intended as playful, nothing more, but acknowledged that emotions had run high. Fans responded with a mix of empathy and suspicion, dissecting her choice of words, her tone, and her expressions. Kirk's attempts to explain, to clarify, to offer reassurances, were equally scrutinized. Every gesture, every smile, every defensive statement was captured, analyzed, and debated online. The pressure on the couple was relentless, unyielding, and consuming. Inside the home, the environment was electric. Rasheeda confronted Kirk and Kendra directly, demanding answers, clarity, and accountability. Voices rose, accusations flew, and emotions ran high. Past conflicts emerged, resurfacing old wounds, while new tensions were created in the heat of the argument. Kendra tried to mediate, her voice calm but edged with tension, seeking to navigate the storm without further inflaming it. Kirk, defensive yet weary, attempted explanations, but Rasheeda's focus was unrelenting. Fans watched every moment, captivated by the intensity, the drama, the raw exposure of family dynamics in real time. Then came another revelation. A previously unseen clip of Kirk and Kendra interacting during the marriage test surfaced, intimate and revealing. Fans dissected it with fervor, searching for evidence of hidden communication, secret strategies, or signs of discord. Rasheeda's fury intensified, her posts and live streams emphasizing betrayal, deception, and dishonesty. The story evolved rapidly, layering speculation upon speculation, each new development adding fuel to the fire. The family's private struggles had become public obsession, a spectacle magnified by every reaction, every comment, every fan theory. As evening approached, Kirk and Kendra attempted to retreat into private conversation, seeking clarity, reconciliation, and understanding. Whispers of apologies and explanations collided with rising tension, uncertainty, and the ever-present scrutiny of fans and family alike. Rasheeda remained unyielding, a relentless force of accountability and confrontation, unwilling to allow the tension to dissipate without resolution. Fans remained glued to every interaction, every glance, every sigh, each one building suspense, anticipation, and fascination. The marriage test had transformed from a simple challenge into a complex battlefield of trust, perception, and emotion. Just when it seemed the storm might settle, another twist emerged. An anonymous source claimed that additional footage existed, showing private discussions between Kirk and Kendra before the test even began. Fans seized upon the claim, speculating about preparation, planning, and potential deceit. The digital storm intensified further. Rasheeda, witnessing the claim, exploded online, live streaming her outrage. Pacing, gesturing, her voice filled with disbelief and anger. "This isn't just a trend, a game, or fun," she exclaimed. "This is manipulation, deception, and disrespect, and I refuse to let it go unnoticed." Fans, captivated by her intensity, engaged in endless debate, analysis, and theorizing. Inside the home, exhaustion began to weigh on Kirk and Kendra. Emotions drained, energy spent, they attempted to navigate the chaos quietly, to reconcile their feelings, to understand each other. Yet, Rasheeda's presence, the unrelenting scrutiny, and the constant emergence of new leaks and commentary made it nearly impossible. Fans remained engrossed, analyzing every move, every conversation, every subtle gesture for clues, signs, and hidden meaning. The marriage test had become a labyrinthine drama, a story with no clear resolution, yet impossible to ignore. A spectacle that consumed private lives and public attention alike. The night ended with a tense, quiet discussion between Kirk and Kendra. Attempts at calm conversation, apologies, and clarification collided with unresolved tension and the pressure of public observation. Rasheeda, unrelenting, prepared for another round of confrontation, determined to uncover the truth and hold the couple accountable. Fans, still watching, awaited every update, every statement, every glance, wondering what would happen next. The marriage test had morphed into an ongoing saga of emotion, perception, and public fascination, a story that showed no sign of ending. With the family caught in the middle and the world watching, captivated, and relentless in its scrutiny. The following morning brought an uneasy calm, but everyone knew it was temporary. Kirk and Kendra awoke to another wave of notifications, screenshots, and messages, the internet still buzzing with commentary from every angle. Kendra scrolled through the endless flood, her fingers trembling slightly, eyes scanning for patterns, hints, and accusations. Kirk sat beside her, rubbing his temples, a tight jaw betraying his exhaustion. "It's relentless," he murmured. "We can't escape it." Kendra nodded silently, the weight of the family's scrutiny and public attention pressing down like a storm cloud ready to burst. Inside sources revealed that Rasheeda was far from done. She had spent the night compiling videos, screenshots, and commentary, crafting a narrative that painted Kirk and Kendra's marriage test participation in the most dramatic light possible. Fans followed every move, analyzing her tone, expressions, and words for hidden meaning. Every live stream, every post, every comment fueled the growing storm. "This isn't just about a trend," she exclaimed in a live broadcast. "This is about respect, honesty, and accountability." And clearly, someone failed on all counts. The intensity was palpable, her fury electrifying the online community and drawing both supporters and critics in droves. The couple attempted to regain control by discussing strategy privately, trying to navigate the chaos without further inflaming Rasheeda's wrath. Kirk spoke cautiously, choosing words carefully, aware that even the smallest misstep could be amplified online. Kendra, equally tense, tried to mediate, attempting to clarify intentions and reassure both family and fans. Yet every gesture, every word, every attempt at calm was scrutinized. Leaks, screenshots, and fan theories circulated rapidly, creating layers of interpretation that seemed impossible to untangle. Then came a shocking twist. A video clip, allegedly showing a private argument between Kirk and Kendra before the marriage test, surfaced online. The footage, intimate and revealing, suggested long-standing tensions, unspoken grievances, and moments of friction that had never been publicly visible. Fans dissected every glance, every hesitation, every word, theorizing about motives, secrecy, and potential deception. Rasheeda, upon seeing the clip, reacted instantly, her voice rising in outrage. Live streaming again, she gestured emphatically, shouting, "This isn't a game. This is manipulation and dishonesty, and it will not go unnoticed." The online community exploded, the storm intensifying with each passing moment. Inside the house, emotions spiraled. Past conflicts resurfaced, amplified by the public's constant scrutiny and the emergence of new leaks. Kirk and Kendra attempted calm conversation, but Rasheeda's presence and the ongoing barrage of commentary made reconciliation difficult. Whispers of apologies, explanations, and reassurances collided with suspicion, frustration, and exhaustion. Every glance, every gesture, every tone was analyzed, debated, and speculated upon by millions of fans. The family's private struggles had become public spectacle, an emotional battlefield under relentless observation. Unexpectedly, an anonymous source released additional footage, showing Kirk preparing for the test with careful consideration, discussing strategy, and anticipating reactions. The leak caused speculation to reach a fever pitch, with fans debating whether Kirk had orchestrated the situation intentionally. Rasheeda's response was immediate and dramatic. Live streaming once more, she waved the footage emphatically, her voice edged with fury and disbelief. "Do you see this?" she exclaimed. "This isn't innocent fun. This is manipulation and deception, and I refuse to let it slide." The reaction across social media was instantaneous, with thousands engaging, commenting, and theorizing about the unfolding drama. Kendra, desperate to clarify her intentions, posted a measured response online. She emphasized that the test had been intended as lighthearted and playful, nothing more, but admitted that emotions had run high and reactions had been unpredictable. Fans responded with mixed opinions, some praising her honesty, others questioning her motives. Kirk's attempts at clarification were equally scrutinized, every word analyzed for hidden meaning. The pressure was relentless, unyielding, and consuming, leaving the couple emotionally drained and wary of every interaction. As evening approached, the family dynamics reached a breaking point. Rasheeda confronted Kirk and Kendra directly, demanding transparency, accountability, and explanations. Voices rose, accusations flew, and emotions ran high. Past grievances resurfaced, unspoken tensions exploded, and new conflicts emerged. Kendra tried to mediate, her calm tone struggling to counter the intensity of the argument. Kirk, defensive yet weary, attempted to explain, but Rasheeda's relentless pursuit of the truth overshadowed every effort. Fans watched with bated breath, captivated by the drama, speculation, and raw emotional exposure. Then, another layer of intrigue emerged. A video surfaced showing Kirk and Kendra laughing during moments not previously known, suggesting private interactions and unspoken communication. Fans analyzed it endlessly, speculating about hidden motives and secret alliances. Rasheeda's fury reignited, her live streams emphasizing betrayal, deception, and dishonesty. The story had become increasingly complex, with each new revelation amplifying tension. The private struggles of the family were now a public obsession, with the world watching every move, every glance, every sigh. Inside the home, exhaustion and emotional strain weighed heavily. Kirk and Kendra attempted private conversations to reconcile, clarify intentions, and navigate the storm surrounding them. Rasheeda remained vigilant, her presence a constant reminder of accountability and scrutiny. Fans followed every interaction, dissecting gestures, tone, and expressions. The marriage test had evolved from a simple trend into an intricate drama of trust, perception, and public fascination, a story with no clear resolution but impossible to turn away from. Anticipation, speculation, and emotional tension continued to mount, keeping the audience riveted. Unexpectedly, a final twist appeared late in the evening. An unverified source claimed additional private footage existed, showing Kirk and Kendra discussing potential reactions to the test before participating. The leak sparked immediate speculation, premeditation, hidden motives, and calculated strategy. The digital storm intensified. Rasheeda, witnessing the claim, exploded online, live streaming her outrage and pacing, gesturing wildly. "This is deception and disrespect," she shouted, her voice echoing with disbelief and anger. Fans engaged, debated, and theorized endlessly. The story now layered with multiple revelations and suspenseful developments. The night ended with Kirk and Kendra retreating into private discussions, attempting calm, apologies, and clarity. The unresolved tension, the scrutiny, and the emerging revelations made it nearly impossible to find peace. Rasheeda, unrelenting, prepared for further confrontation, determined to hold the couple accountable. Fans remained glued to every post, every gesture, every exchange, waiting to see what would happen next. The marriage test had grown into a saga of emotion, deception, and perception. With the family caught in the eye of the storm and the world watching relentlessly, captivated by every detail. The following morning, the atmosphere inside the house was thick with tension. Kirk and Kendra awoke to another wave of notifications, messages, and social media posts dissecting every move, every glance, and every word from the previous days. Kendra's hands trembled as she scrolled, reading accusations, fan theories, and debates over intentions and trust. Kirk sat beside her, eyes heavy, jaw tight. "It never ends," he murmured. Kendra shook her head silently, the weight of scrutiny pressing down like an invisible hand. This was no longer about a playful trend. It had become a war of perception, with the family caught in the crossfire. Inside sources revealed that Rasheeda was preparing for a final confrontation. She had compiled footage, screenshots, and commentary, building a case that she intended to present to Kirk and Kendra. Fans followed every move, live updates tracking her every post, every livestream, every comment. The intensity was palpable, electrifying the digital world. "This isn't about fun anymore," Rasheeda declared in one livestream, pacing back and forth. "This is about honesty, respect, and accountability." And clearly, someone has failed at all three. Viewers reacted instantly, flooding the comments with opinions, theories, and judgments. Kirk and Kendra tried to find a moment of calm, retreating into private conversations. Each word was carefully measured, each gesture calculated to avoid further escalation. Yet every attempt to clarify or explain seemed to fan the flames of speculation. Leaks continued to surface alleged private conversations, hidden gestures, premeditated plans, all dissected and debated online. The couple realized that nothing remained private. Every action was under a microscope, every word scrutinized. Then, an unexpected twist shook the house. A leaked video appeared, allegedly showing Kirk discussing strategy with a friend before the marriage test. Fans immediately interpreted this as proof of premeditation. The internet erupted. Rasheeda's response was swift and explosive, live streaming yet again. She held the footage up for her audience. "Do you see this?" she shouted. "This isn't innocent fun. This is manipulation. And I won't let it slide." The intensity of her outrage drew millions of viewers, each one dissecting her every word, expression, and gesture. Kendra, desperate to regain control, posted a heartfelt statement online. She emphasized that the test had been meant as a lighthearted challenge and that she never intended to hurt anyone. She admitted that emotions had run high and that reactions had been unpredictable. Fans responded with mixed opinions, some praising her honesty, others doubting her sincerity. Kirk's attempts at clarification were equally scrutinized. Every word, every gesture, every explanation analyzed for hidden meaning. The couple was caught in an endless loop of defense and interpretation, the pressure unrelenting. As the day progressed, tensions reached a boiling point. Rasheeda confronted Kirk and Kendra directly, demanding full transparency. Voices rose, accusations flew, and emotions ran high. Past grievances resurfaced, unspoken tensions exploded, and new conflicts emerged in the heat of the moment. Kendra tried to mediate, her calm tone attempting to counterbalance the intensity. Kirk, defensive yet weary, attempted to explain. But Rasheeda's relentless pursuit of accountability overshadowed every effort. Fans watched with bated breath, captivated by the drama, speculation, and raw emotional exposure. Another twist came late in the afternoon. A video surfaced showing Kirk and Kendra laughing during moments not previously known, implying private communication and unspoken strategy. Fans analyzed it obsessively, speculating about hidden motives and secret collaboration. Rasheeda's fury reignited. Live streaming again, she emphasized betrayal, deception, and dishonesty, her voice dripping with intensity. The narrative had become increasingly complex, each revelation adding layers to the drama. The family's private struggles were now a public obsession, broadcast to millions of viewers. Exhaustion set in as night fell. Kirk and Kendra retreated into private discussions, attempting to reconcile and navigate the chaos. Whispers of apologies and clarifications collided with rising tension and ongoing scrutiny. Rasheeda remained unyielding, a constant presence of confrontation and accountability. Fans remained glued to every post, every gesture, every conversation, analyzing, theorizing, and anticipating what would happen next. The marriage test had evolved from a simple viral challenge into a complex saga of emotion, perception, and public fascination. Then, the climax arrived. A final piece of leaked footage emerged, allegedly showing Kirk and Kendra planning responses, rehearsing gestures, and anticipating reactions to the marriage test. Fans erupted online, speculation running rampant. Rasheeda, witnessing this final twist, live-streamed in a dramatic crescendo, her fury and intensity at their peak. "Do you see this? This is deception, manipulation, and betrayal," she shouted, and it will not go unchallenged. The energy was electric, the drama at its zenith, and the family's private lives had become a public spectacle unlike anything before. Inside the house, Kirk and Kendra confronted the reality of their situation. The leaks, speculation, and scrutiny had pushed them to the edge. Private apologies, heartfelt discussions, and attempts at reconciliation collided with the unrelenting pressure from Rasheeda and the public. The couple understood that this story was no longer theirs alone. It belonged to millions of fans, each interpreting, judging, and theorizing. The marriage test had transformed from a playful challenge into an all-consuming layered and publicized drama that showed no signs of ending. As the night ended, all three stood in the living room, tension thick, eyes weary, hearts heavy. The storm had reached its peak, and every emotion, every secret, every accusation had surfaced. The story, though not fully resolved, had reached a point where consequences were unavoidable, and the eyes of the world were fixed upon them, waiting, analyzing, and demanding answers. The marriage test saga had become a cultural event, a spectacle of emotion, conflict, and public fascination, leaving no one untouched. After days of tension, leaks, and public scrutiny, the house finally settled into an uneasy quiet. Kirk and Kendra, emotionally drained and physically exhausted, sat together in the living room, reflecting on everything that had transpired. The marriage test had begun as a playful, social media challenge, but it had spiraled into something far beyond their expectations. It had exposed old wounds, tested loyalties, and forced long-hidden grievances to the surface. Rasheeda's relentless pursuit of truth and accountability had brought clarity but also intensified the emotional storm. Fans around the world had been captivated, their opinions shaping the narrative and amplifying every reaction. Kendra spoke softly, breaking the silence. "We can't undo what happened online," she said, "but we can decide how we move forward together." Kirk nodded, taking her hand. "I know. We have to face the consequences, but we also have to remember why we started this journey." They understood that while the drama had been magnified for entertainment, the core issues, trust, honesty, and communication, were real and needed attention. The lessons were harsh, but necessary, and the couple knew that repairing relationships, both with each other and their family, would take time and effort. Rasheeda, having aired her frustrations and held the couple accountable, began to soften. Though still firm in her stance, she recognized the vulnerability and sincerity in Kirk and Kendra's attempts to reconcile. The live streams and posts that once carried anger and accusation shifted toward reflection and resolution. She emphasized the importance of transparency, not just in public challenges but in daily interactions, reminding everyone that trust is fragile and must be nurtured. Fans witnessed this evolution, seeing a path from chaos to understanding, and the narrative began to feel more balanced, though tension lingered. The aftermath of the marriage test left a complex landscape. Friends and extended family weighed in, some offering support, others expressing lingering doubts. The digital world buzzed with continued speculation. But patterns of empathy and analysis emerged, highlighting the human side of the story. Fans shared their own experiences, drawing parallels, and connecting emotionally with the struggles of Kirk, Kendra, and Rasheeda. The story had transcended mere entertainment. It had become a study in trust, perception, and the challenges of navigating both personal and public life under constant observation. As the days passed, Kirk and Kendra took steps toward rebuilding trust. Small gestures, honest conversations, and deliberate transparency became their focus. They acknowledged mistakes, accepted responsibility, and prioritized communication. Not for the cameras or the fans, but for themselves and their family. Rasheeda, while still vigilant, observed these efforts, offering guidance and support when appropriate. The lessons were clear. Honesty, openness, and respect are essential, and the consequences of neglecting them can be magnified far beyond private walls. Fans continued to engage, commenting on posts, sharing insights, and expressing support. The story sparked discussions about relationships, public scrutiny, and the impact of social media. Trends on personal lives. Many expressed empathy for the couple, understanding that mistakes and misjudgments are human. Others debated the nuances of intention versus perception, exploring how actions can be interpreted in multiple ways. The narrative had evolved from sensationalized drama into a broader reflection on human behavior, accountability, and the consequences of actions in a connected, digital world. The resolution, though ongoing, offered hope. Kirk and Kendra's efforts to communicate and rebuild trust demonstrated growth and a willingness to learn from mistakes. Rasheeda's insistence on accountability highlighted the importance of confronting difficult truths and seeking clarity. The interplay of emotion, conflict, and reconciliation created a compelling, layered story that resonated deeply with fans. The marriage test had tested boundaries, exposed vulnerabilities, and ultimately provided a platform for understanding, reflection, and growth. As the final days of public scrutiny faded, the family began to reclaim privacy, finding moments of peace amid the lingering tension. Kirk and Kendra strengthened their connection, applying the lessons learned to their daily lives. Rasheeda, while maintaining vigilance, offered support and guidance, recognizing the progress and sincerity of their efforts. The digital world, though still buzzing with commentary, began to shift focus, allowing the family space to heal. The saga of the marriage test had left a lasting imprint, a story of challenge, conflict, and the human capacity for growth. Now, it's your turn. What do you think really happened behind the scenes? Do you believe Kirk and Kendra were innocent participants in a playful trend, or were there hidden motives at play all along? Share your thoughts in the comments, weigh in on the drama, and tell us how you feel about Rasheeda's relentless pursuit of accountability. Did she go too far, or was she right to demand transparency and honesty? Your opinions matter and contribute to the ongoing conversation about trust, relationships, and the impact of public scrutiny. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed the drama and found the story captivating. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next explosive episode of reality TV, Revelations. Turn on notifications to stay updated with every twist, leak, and confrontation as it happens. And remember, every comment you leave helps us understand your perspective and keeps the discussion alive. The story of Kirk, Kendra, and Rasheeda is far from over, and your engagement shapes the next chapter. Stay tuned, stay engaged, and keep sharing your thoughts because, in this world of drama, every voice counts, every opinion matters, and the next twist could be just around the corner. Your reactions, your insights, and your participation are part of the story, making you a witness to the unfolding saga and a contributor to the ongoing narrative. Don't hold back, share what you think, debate what you believe, and be part of the drama. After all, the marriage test may have ended, but the conversation is just beginning. The morning after the final confrontation, the house felt different, heavy with anticipation. Kirk and Kendra moved cautiously, aware that even the smallest gesture could be scrutinized and blown up online. Kendra made coffee in silence, her hands trembling slightly, while Kirk stared out the window, replaying the previous night's arguments over and over in his head. The air was thick with unspoken tension, a mix of guilt, exhaustion, and lingering fear of Rasheeda's next move. Every notification that pinged on their phones felt like a ticking time bomb. Outside, fans were already dissecting every detail. Screenshots of last night's live streams flooded social media, Commentators debated Kirk's tone, Kendra's body language, and Rasheeda's intensity. Memes began to circulate, portraying exaggerated versions of the argument. While conspiracy theories suggested hidden alliances, secret plots, and even staged manipulation, the internet had transformed the family drama into a global spectacle, and the pressure was palpable. Kirk finally turned to Kendra and whispered, "We're in the eye of the storm, and it's only going to get worse." Kendra nodded silently, knowing he was right. By midday, Rasheeda returned, this time with an entourage of close friends and confidants. The atmosphere in the house became electric, charged with the anticipation of another showdown. She didn't waste time with pleasantries. "We need answers, now," she said sharply, her eyes scanning both Kirk and Kendra. "Enough of the excuses, enough of the half-truths. I want everything out in the open." Kirk's hands clenched into fists. He had hoped for a calm discussion, but Rasheeda's relentless approach left little room for subtlety. Kendra stepped forward, trying to mediate, her voice calm but firm. "Rasheeda, please, let's talk this through without more escalation." But Rasheeda wasn't done. She pulled out her phone and replayed clips of previous interactions, highlighting moments where she felt Kirk and Kendra had been less than honest. "Look at this," she exclaimed. "You can't tell me this is innocent." The laughter, the whispered words, the hidden glances, this is manipulation. Fans watching online exploded in reaction, some siding with Rasheeda, others defending Kirk and Kendra. The debate was instantaneous, dividing viewers into camps, each analyzing the footage frame by frame. The family was no longer just dealing with internal conflict, the public had inserted itself directly into their living room. The tension escalated when Kirk attempted to respond. "Rasheeda, you're taking this out of context," he said, his voice tight with frustration. "Yes, we laughed. Yes, we spoke quietly, but it was innocent. There was no plan to deceive anyone." Kendra nodded in agreement, adding, "We wanted to make it fun, to enjoy the trend together, not to create drama." But Rasheeda was unmoved. She waved her hands, pacing the room, her voice rising. "Fun, drama, this is about trust. And clearly, that trust has been broken." The conflict spiraled, emotions running high, voices clashing, and every word amplified by the watching audience. Mid-afternoon brought another twist. A leaked voice note surfaced, allegedly recorded between Kirk and a friend discussing the marriage test in detail. The internet immediately labeled it as proof of premeditation. Fans shared it endlessly, debating tone, inflection, and intent. Some claimed Kirk had plotted every moment, others defended him, arguing that the voice note was taken out of context. Rasheeda's reaction was immediate and furious. She live-streamed her response, holding up the audio file. "Do you hear this?" she shouted, her fingers shaking with intensity. "This is deception, plain and simple. How could we ever trust them again?" Kendra tried to intervene, her voice shaking with emotion. "Rasheeda, please, this isn't what it sounds like. We never planned to hurt anyone. We were just trying to have fun." But Rasheeda cut her off. "Fun? You call this fun? The entire family, the fans, everyone watching, it's chaos. And it's all on your hands." The room fell silent for a moment, the weight of the words sinking in. Kirk lowered his head, guilt and frustration mingling in his expression. The emotional stakes had never been higher. As evening approached, outside sources began feeding additional evidence to the public. Screenshots of private messages, ambiguous interactions, and alleged confessions emerged, fueling speculation and raising the stakes even higher. Fans debated endlessly online, some defending Kirk and Kendra, others condemning them outright. The digital storm mirrored the tension inside the house, creating a feedback loop of pressure, suspicion, and heightened emotion. Kirk and Kendra realized that every action they took, every word they spoke, was under a microscope, each one capable of igniting a new wave of controversy. Then came a confrontation that would define the night. Rasheeda cornered Kirk in the hallway, her eyes blazing with fury. "Tell me the truth," she demanded. "Did you manipulate this? Did you plan it all?" Kirk's voice shook. "No, it was never like that. We didn't plan it, I swear." The intensity of the moment was captured on camera, every gesture, every syllable dissected by the audience. Kendra stood nearby, tears in her eyes, trying to offer support but powerless to change the tension that had built to a boiling point. Fans were glued to the footage, commenting, debating, and predicting the next move. A sudden interruption shifted the mood. A new video clip appeared online, showing Kendra and Kirk interacting intimately before the marriage test. suggesting private communication that contradicted earlier explanations. Fans immediately pounced, theorizing that there had been hidden planning, secret conversations, and undisclosed motives. Rasheeda's fury reignited. She livestreamed again, gesturing wildly. "This is exactly what I was saying," she shouted. "Hidden motives, secrets, deception, and I won't let it slide." The digital storm intensified, the family now caught in a relentless cycle of scrutiny and speculation. Late into the night, exhaustion settled over the household. Kirk and Kendra retreated into private conversation, attempting to reconcile, reflect, and navigate the relentless pressure. Whispers of apologies and clarifications filled the air, blending with frustration, guilt, and emotional exhaustion. Rasheeda, though still vigilant, began to step back slightly, recognizing the sincerity of the couple's efforts. The fans, meanwhile, continued to dissect every interaction, every glance, every word, remaining engrossed in the unfolding drama. Just when it seemed the story might reach a momentary calm, another unexpected leak emerged. This time, a series of text exchanges between Kirk and Kendra, some playful, some serious, appeared online. Fans analyzed every line, questioning intent, reading into subtext, and speculating about hidden meanings. The internet exploded once again. Rasheeda's livestreams picked up, the tension rising anew, her fury reigniting with every new revelation. The narrative had become multi-layered, each twist amplifying the previous ones. Keeping the drama alive and fans captivated, Kirk and Kendra realized that they could no longer control the narrative entirely. The story had taken on a life of its own, propelled by leaks, speculation, and intense public interest. Yet within the chaos, they found moments of connection, reconciliation, and reflection. The experience forced them to confront weaknesses in communication, trust, and transparency, and to recognize the fragility of relationships under public scrutiny. The lessons were harsh but vital, shaping a new understanding of accountability and emotional responsibility. As the night drew to a close, the family finally gathered for a tense but honest conversation. Rasheeda, though still assertive, listened as Kirk and Kendra expressed their regret, shared explanations, and pledged to rebuild trust. The atmosphere was heavy with emotion, yet the raw honesty marked a turning point. Fans witnessing this moment online reacted with awe, some offering support, others remaining skeptical, but all captivated by the intense, unfiltered human drama. The marriage test saga, now extended and layered with multiple revelations, confrontations, and fan engagement, had evolved from a simple viral trend into a deeply compelling story of trust, deception, and human emotion. The family, though still navigating challenges, had emerged with greater awareness, a renewed focus on transparency, and the recognition that public scrutiny can amplify every mistake, every misunderstanding, and every hidden truth. The following day brought a storm unlike anything the family had yet experienced. Fans had discovered another alleged leak. This time, a series of private behind-the-scenes videos, showing Kirk and Kendra rehearsing reactions for the marriage test moments before filming. The clips were grainy but unmistakable. Fans immediately exploded online, debating whether these were innocent preparations or evidence of manipulation. Hashtags trended globally, and discussion forums lit up with theories, predictions, and outrage. Kirk and Kendra were now at the center of a digital inferno, every move, glance, and word being analyzed in real. Inside the house, the tension was palpable. Kirk paced the living room, rubbing his temples, while Kendra sat on the sofa, scrolling through the endless flood of notifications. Every sound from outside, the ping of a phone, the vibration of a message, made their hearts race. They had faced leaks before, but this felt different. This was relentless, intense, and unyielding. Rasheeda, sensing the perfect opportunity to confront them once more, summoned the couple to the dining room. Her friends and close allies followed, ready to witness the next chapter of accountability. "It's time to settle this," she declared, her voice sharp and unwavering. "No more hiding, no more excuses. I want the truth, fully and honestly." Kendra tried to remain calm, her voice soft but firm. "Rasheeda, we're tired of the speculation, tired of the attacks. We're telling the truth, but it feels like nothing we say makes a difference." Kirk nodded in agreement. "We've made mistakes, sure, but we didn't plan anything malicious. We were caught up in the moment like everyone else. It's not a conspiracy." But Rasheeda's eyes burned with intensity. She pointed at them both. "Caught up in the moment. Caught up in the moment doesn't explain the rehearsals, the whispers, the secret glances. Fans see everything, and I see everything. Trust has been broken, and it needs to be rebuilt." Just then, another shocking twist unfolded. An anonymous source posted a clip online showing Kirk and Kendra laughing privately in a way that suggested secret complicity and potential coordination. The clip went viral instantly, reigniting debates and speculation. Fans dissected every frame, every expression, searching for clues of deception or hidden strategy. Rasheeda, livid, live streamed immediately, holding up her phone. "Do you see this? This is exactly why I said they couldn't be trusted," she exclaimed. "The deception, the manipulation, it's all here in plain sight." Viewers flooded the chat, some defending the couple, others siding with Rasheeda, and the conversation spiraled into chaos. Kendra, desperate to defend herself, and Kirk, posted a video response online. Her voice trembled, but she remained composed. "We were never trying to manipulate anyone. It was meant to be playful, a fun way to engage with a trend." Emotions ran high, mistakes were made, but nothing was planned to hurt anyone. Kirk followed, reiterating that they had no ulterior motives, emphasizing sincerity, and asking fans to consider context. Yet the leaks continued, each new piece adding another layer to the narrative, fueling speculation and keeping the drama alive. Inside the house, tensions escalated further. Rasheeda confronted Kirk directly, her voice raised, her gestures sharp and unyielding. "Tell me everything," she demanded. "No omissions, no lies. Every detail, every intention." Kirk's jaw tightened. He tried to explain calmly, but Rasheeda was relentless. Kendra interjected, trying to mediate, but the intensity of the moment left little room for diplomacy. The confrontation became heated, emotions flaring, voices clashing, and past grievances resurfacing. The energy in the room was electric, a combustible mix of fear, frustration, and desperation. As evening fell, the digital world continued its frenzy. Fans analyzed live streams, clips, and posts, constructing detailed timelines, speculating on hidden motives, and debating the authenticity of the footage. Commentary sections filled with passionate arguments, each side defending their interpretation. The narrative had grown beyond the family, evolving into a public obsession. A layered drama where perception and reality intertwined in a complex web. Kirk and Kendra realized that nothing they did could fully control the story. They were participants, but the audience had become storytellers in their own right. Then came another twist. A leaked message, allegedly from a friend of Kirk, suggested premeditation that contradicted earlier statements. The message circulated widely, sparking outrage and debate. Fans analyzed tone, word choice, and timing, speculating about secrets, alliances, and hidden strategies. Rasheeda seized the opportunity, live streaming with unprecedented intensity. "Do you hear this?" she shouted, holding her phone high. "This proves exactly what I've been saying. Honesty and accountability are non-negotiable, and they clearly failed." The audience erupted, comments flooding in with support, condemnation, and disbelief. Kirk and Kendra, overwhelmed by the relentless scrutiny, attempted to retreat and recalibrate. They spoke privately, acknowledging mistakes, reaffirming intentions, and reinforcing their commitment to rebuild trust. Kendra whispered, "We need to survive this, together, without letting the internet destroy us." Kirk nodded, exhaustion etched into his features. "We can't control what everyone thinks, but we can control how we act, how we respond, and how we face this together." The private conversation, intimate and vulnerable, contrasted sharply with the public storm, revealing the human side of the saga. Late at night, Rasheeda initiated a final confrontation for the day. Her voice carried authority and intensity. "This is the last chance," she said, her eyes locked on Kirk and Kendra. "Truth, full transparency, no more games." Kirk and Kendra, emotionally spent but determined, shared everything: the intentions, the planning, the fears, and the mistakes. Tears were shed, apologies offered, and acknowledgments made. The raw honesty shifted the energy in the room. Fans watching online reacted with amazement, moved by the unfiltered emotion and vulnerability. Some expressed sympathy, others remained skeptical, but all were captivated. The night ended with a fragile peace. Kirk and Kendra, emotionally drained, sat together reflecting on the events. Rasheeda, still watchful, recognized the sincerity and effort in their attempts to rebuild trust. The audience, meanwhile, continued to dissect every interaction, aware that even moments of calm carried meaning. The marriage test saga had evolved into an intricate drama of emotion, perception, accountability, and human vulnerability. Lessons about honesty, trust, and transparency were clear, but the story's resonance would continue to ripple across social media, fan forums, and digital conversations for days. weeks, and perhaps months to come. Social media is on fire after Kirk Frost and Kendra Robinson were caught doing the viral marriage test trend. And Rasheeda is absolutely losing it. The clip that started it all showed Kirk and Kendra laughing through a playful TikTok challenge that tests how well couples know each other. Who apologizes first? Who starts the arguments? Who's more loyal? At first it seemed lighthearted, but when fans noticed how comfortable they looked, the internet exploded with speculation. Within hours, hashtags like #marriage, test drama, and #RASHEEDA, loses it, were trending. And people were tagging Rasheeda, nonstop. The energy quickly shifted from fun to full-blown drama as fans accused Kirk of disrespecting his marriage in public yet again. Some said he looked happier with Kendra than with Rasheeda, while others defended his wife, reminding everyone how long she's stood by him through every scandal. Kendra tried to calm things down by reposting the clip with laughing emojis and saying it was just a trend. But the damage was already done. Rasheeda went live on Instagram, visibly upset, saying she didn't care about TikTok, but that respect is respect. Her voice trembled, but she kept her composure as she made it clear that playing games online isn't harmless. When your marriage is under the spotlight, comments flooded in, with thousands of fans rallying behind her, calling her the definition of loyalty and strength. Minutes later, Kirk joined her live, but that only made things worse. He tried to downplay it as content for fun, while Rasheeda cut him off, saying he should have known better. The tension was real, and fans were eating up every second. Across social media, debates broke out. Some users blamed Kirk, calling him tone-deaf for doing the challenge with another woman, especially one from the same love and hip-hop circle. Others said Rasheeda overreacted and that it really was just harmless fun. But deeper down, it hit a nerve. People saw it as a reflection of how social media challenges can expose cracks in relationships that were already fragile. The Frosts have faced years of rumors, infidelity stories, and public pressure. And this viral video just added gasoline to an already burning fire. Meanwhile, Kendra found herself caught in the middle. She's always been known for her professionalism and calm energy, but now fans accused her of chasing clout. Her silence after Rasheeda's live only fueled the drama more. Rumors are swirling that Love and Hip Hop producers are already planning to use this storyline for next season. A behind-the-scenes insider allegedly said, "This is reality gold. It's already real. It's already emotional, and it's already viral. That means we might soon see Rasheeda, Kirk, and Kendra confronting each other face-to-face on camera, something fans have been waiting for." People are speculating about what Mona Scott will do next. Will she mediate or let the chaos unfold naturally? Either way, it's bound to get messy, emotional, and incredibly watchable. What makes this moment so viral is that it touches something universal. When does harmless content cross into emotional betrayal? People who followed Rasheeda's journey know she's built her name through loyalty, business hustle, and standing tall through storms. This marriage test might feel like a silly trend, but to her, it was another reminder that not everyone plays by the same rules. Kirk's apology behind closed doors might help privately, but in the eyes of fans, it's not enough. The public embarrassment, the viral jokes, and the constant reminders on social media have reopened old wounds. And for Kendra, even if her intentions were innocent, her reputation just took a hit she didn't see coming. Right now, every platform is dissecting the situation. TikTok edits, reaction videos, and meme compilations are everywhere. Some users are splicing together old Love and Hip Hop clips of Rasheeda crying or walking out on Kirk to make it seem like a continuation of their past drama. YouTube commentators are calling it the new Jodawil moment, saying Kirk needs to learn how to protect his wife's peace instead of chasing viral trends. Others say this could be Rasheeda's era to step into her independent power, drop new music, focus on her brand, and finally leave the toxicity behind. No matter which side fans take, one thing's clear. This isn't just a moment, it's a movement. People are tired of seeing women like Rasheeda humiliated on camera for the sake of clout. And while Kirk might try to fix things privately, the internet never forgets. In today's world, one trend can end a career or a marriage overnight. Whether this was a misunderstanding or something deeper, it's a wake-up call about boundaries, respect, and what happens when entertainment blurs into real life. So what do you think? Was Kirk just having fun, or did he cross the line? Should Rasheeda forgive him again, or finally walk away for good? And did Kendra know how bad this would look before she hit record? Drop your thoughts in the comments, we want to hear from you. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell, so you never miss a single update. Because trust me, the next part of this story is going to be even wilder. More unseen clips, live reactions, And exclusive insider info are coming your way, including how producers are already setting up a confrontation scene that could change everything for Kirk, Rasheeda, and Kendra. Stay tuned, because this marriage test might just be the test that ends it all.